Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to join us. My name is Rita. I'm honored to be the host of today's live stream. Now, let's introduce our streamer today, Miss Tassie. Tassie, Key Account Manager, Professional Market, Europe, Latin America, and North America. Professional Products, Walmart, roofing sheet, and fasteners. Winner by Sales Award 2018 and 2019. Winner Best Customer Service Award 2019 and 2020. Winner of Best Customer Service Award of 2020 and 2021. Okay.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to join our live streaming. My name is Tessie. I'm happy to have a wonderful time with you today.
Today, our live streaming will have three parts: the company introduction, product show, and the flash sale activity.
Our main products are fasteners, including both nuts and washer. Please stay tuned. We will have a big flash sale activities after product show.
Okay, now let's move to the first part.
First, let's watch our company video.
It is well known that China is the iron and steel industrial center of the world, and Hebei is the iron and steel industrial center of China. Hebei Sinostar, one of the top 10 building material exporters in Hebei, has been adhering conservatively to its overall business philosophy of quality, service, honesty, specialty, and innovation since establishment. All our employees devote enormous time and energy to meet the need of the market, steadily boosting the corporate sales. We are committed to provide one-stop building materials, sourcing solutions for overseas buyers. We mainly deal in roofing sheets, metal pipes, fittings and valves, wire and mesh, metal fence, iron art, fastener and screw, home DIY decoration, and other steel products. We now work with more than 500 selected and inspected mills of A level to provide our customers with low-cost guarantee. We also maintain long-term cooperation with world-famous contractors, wholesalers, and home centers. Hebei Sinostar has 6 complete management systems: CMS, or Commodity Management System, QMS, Quality Management System, PMS, the Pricing Management System, LMS, Logistic Management System, FMS, Financing Management System, and ASS, After Sales Service System. We inspect and supervise the whole process of production, from mill sourcing, order placing, raw materials, manufacturing, packaging, and warehousing till container loading, so as to continuously provide our customers with products and services of high quality. We have our own logistics department and freight forwarder that are responsible for the last mile logistics of providing DDP destination customs clearance and third-party logistics services for overseas buyers. Hebei Sinostar is proud of its young, professional, and well-trained team with great passion and creativity. Together with the efforts of all members of our group, we believe that Hebei Sinostar will soon become a flagship of Hebei foreign trade industry.
Okay, now let's back to our live streaming.
Okay, I think it's a very nice video.
Yes, pretty good.
Okay, we get to know a lot about Hebei Sinostar from this video.
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk more. What's the advantage of Hebei Sinostar?
Okay, we provide one-stop building material sourcing solutions, and our main products including roofing sheet, vinyl pipes, bead mesh, fins and gate, fittings and valves, fastener and screw, iron art, scaffolding, stainless steel, aluminum series, and other steel products. You can easily buy whatever you need here to save time, and that's why many big importers and home centers have a long-time cooperation with us over 10 years.
Okay, Tessie, we have so many different products.
Yeah.
And how can we ensure the competitive price?
Yeah, we have mature supply chain and currently work with more than 500 selected and inspected mills, which enable us to provide the most competitive price for each best order. For example, Rita,
Mhm.
we received an order of 1,700 tons black pipe last December. According to advantage of different mills, we arranged production in 13 mills. It ensures that each side is the lowest, and this cannot be done by the specific factory itself.
Okay, sounds very good.
Mhm.
And another important question, how to guarantee the quality and delivery time?
Our customer can rely on our service of inspection. We set up a well-trained quality control team, and our QC will follow up every step of manufacturing process and ensure the quality, quantity, packing, and delivery time are in conformity with our best order and related international standards.
Okay, whether the inspection is similar to the third-party inspection?
Yes, similar. After inspection, we will do an inspection report just like third-party agency sent to customer. Here I can show to our customer our inspection report. Okay, now let's put it more clear to show our customer. Okay, now we can see it's a sample of our inspection report, and we can see for our inspection report, I mainly we have 4 parts of the inspection report, and the first page is of the inspection report is a brief introduction like the sales contract number and the PO number and also our invoice number. And this is the description of the goods, the hex, screw, nuts, and washers. Okay, now let's introduce the first part. The first part is our cargo warehousing and surface vision pictures. And on this part, we will put our QC will put just like you can see. This is the packing pictures and the inner packing and the inner box and our cargo surface vision pictures. Yeah. Okay, now let's introduce the second part. The second part is our dimension measure pictures. And on this part, our QC must check the each size and the each size contact inspection pictures and show to our customer. For example, for this page, this is the screw inspection pictures of M4 by 1.55 25 by 17 millimeter length, and the material is 316 is a stainless material. And this is inner packing of the open the box, and we can see this is a test picture of the head thickness and also the body diameter. This is a wet to wet, the head of the different size of this is both length, and this is inner labels of our AYA labels. You can see that, and this is a different is our nuts, and we will check the total pictures, and also this page is different items for the washers. And then from that we can see that we will check it and show to our customer many different, all of them to show our customer the inspection pictures. And then this is the third part. And the third part of the inspection report is the container loading picture. And this part, we can see we will show the open picture, and also this is the half open, and the loading picture, and it's closed with the cell picture. Yeah, this is the third part. And the last part is just our sum up our total inspection report. And on this part, we will sum up the totally inspection report that the storage is warehouse and the surface vision is good in order and condition, and the packing is in pallet. Dimension is complied with our orders request. This is the survivor and the river, and this date is our loading container date and the inspection date. Yeah. And then totally is our inspection report. And I think from this inspection report, it's very clear for our customer to show our quality of our cargoes and our loading container situations. Yeah, it's kind of, I think our customer will have more confidence for our cargoes and for our different sizes. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think my customer will like this inspection report. It's very helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, Cassie, then let's move to the next part,
Okay.
the product introduction.
Mm-hmm.
They allow streaming for present the Europe, Latin America, and North American market. Our main products are both nuts and washers. And finally, we have a flash sale activity.
Yeah. Yeah. First, let's together to watch our production video.
Okay.
Nuts and bolts are made from what's called steel wire rod. After spending up to 30 hours in a furnace to soften it enough to be worked, the wire rod goes into a bath of sulfuric acid to remove any rust particles. It's rinsed in water, then coated with phosphate, a chemical compound. This prevents the steel from rusting before the bolt forming begins and lubricates the steel to make forming easier. They form the bolts by cold forging, shaping the steel at room temperature by forcing it through various dies at high pressure. The forming machine first straightens the wire rod, then cuts it into pieces slightly longer than the bolt length. The extra will become the bolt head. Each piece goes through a die that makes it perfectly round, then through a series of dies that progressively shape the head of the bolt on one end. The machine heads up to 300 bolts per minute. Here's what the heading stages look like in slow motion. This die creates a slight collar. The next one turns it into a round head. Then the last die transforms that into a hexagonal head, the most common shape. Next, the machine forms the opposite end of the bolt. A tool called the pointer shapes the bottom of each bolt, creating what's called the chamfer, the part the nut catches onto. Here's the bolt before and after the chamfer. The bolt needs threads to enable the nut to screw onto it. Once again, they use the cold forging method. High-pressure rollers press in the thread pattern, as we see here in slow motion. This is the actual speed, up to 300 bolts per minute. During each production run, they take several samples to verify dimensions. They use various measuring devices, a micrometer to check the bolt's length, calipers to measure the width of the head, and a ring gauge to check the threads. To make the nuts, they use a process called hot forging. They cut steel bars into small pieces known as slugs, then heat them to 1200 degrees Celsius to make them malleable. As we see here in slow motion, hydraulic hammers punch the slugs into hexagons, while a die pierces the hole. Then a tool called a tapper drives into the hole to cut the threads. That black liquid is a lubricant oil to minimize the wear and tear on the tappers. The nuts and bolts now go into an oven at 870 degrees Celsius for about an hour. This gives them the required strength. Then a rapid cooling in oil for 5 minutes solidifies the steel's internal structure. By now, the steel is hard but brittle, so they heat the nuts and bolts for another hour. This removes their brittleness, yet maintains their strength. The quality control team pulls samples off the line, measuring how much force it takes to break them. If a bolt meets its minimum strength requirement, it passes inspection, provided the break occurred in the threading, the weakest part. Finally, packaging, labeled among other things by size and grade. Nuts and bolts.
Okay, now let's back to our live streaming.
Okay, I think many customers will know the production process of the bolts and the nuts through
Yes.
this video.
That's very clear.
Okay, and then let's move to our live streaming.
Okay.
We can see we have so many different products on our
Mhm.
tables, and please introduce to us.
Yes. Today, let's introduce. We will introduce this kind of
Mhm.
balls. We call it hexagonal balls, and
Mhm.
why we call it is just because the shape of the head is a hexagonal shape, so we call it hexagonal balls,
Okay.
and it's widely used in our daily life.
Mhm.
And also, we will introduce like this type is a hexagonal NARS, and yeah, together used with the both, and also like this type is different. Two types of water, and this type we call it the flat water and plum water, and for this type we will introduce this is spring lock water.
Okay.
This four type is our live streaming today introduced to our customer.
Okay, are their bolts, nuts, and washers all standard parts?
Yes, and generally they are standard bolts, just like this one. Yeah, and mainly it's divided into the two types, and yeah, this type like this one is the standard parts, and also we have the non-standard parts. Yeah, for the example for this type is the standard type. Standard parts, our customer needs to provide just like the details of the size, like the specifications, body diameters, and head size, and also it's very important is our materials and the grade, and also the surface treatment, which kind you want of surface treatment, and also we need to the quantity and also packing, and then we can quote price. And for the non-special water, we need to provide the data drawings is better, except I mentioned items.
Okay, and what's the common international standards?
Yeah, there are many different standards in the world, just like the DIN. Yeah, it's the German standard. Yeah, ISO. Yeah, and also we have the GIS. GIS is the Japanese one. Japan standard, and also a very common standard is ANSI, is American standard, and the most common one is the DIN and ANSI.
Okay, and about the bolts, what are the main material of the bolts?
Yeah, there are many kinds of the material, just like the carbon steel, yeah, stainless steel, copper, aluminum, and many different steels. And for this one, it's very common type. We call it carbon steel. Okay. And then for this type, we can see it's different surface compared with this one. This one is the stainless. Yeah. And but for the both is the most popular, including for the carbon steel, both including like the low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, high carbon steel, and alloy steel. And for the stainless type, mainly we will divide into the 304 and 316, and these two types is very popular.
Okay, the material have different types.
Yes, of course.
Very many different kind of types. And how can our customers clearly express their specification?
Yeah, no, let's gather to show our customer an example. Yeah, for this type, you can see here. We can look at these specifications. This is the phone name written by our customer. I think it's very clear to show our customer, and we can see this is the specification is M4-0.7 by 8. Okay, now let's introduce and explain the different numbers. And now the 4 means the 4 means the body diameter is 4 millimeter. Yeah, and also the 0.7. Yeah. It's 0.7 is the thread pitch, and the 8 is both length is 8 millimeter. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I think it's clear for our customer now.
Okay. And we all know there are many different grades in a standard. Yeah. How to distinguish their grade?
Yeah, the strength grade mainly refer to our customer's application. Yeah. If, for example, for the carbon steel, we can see for this bolt, it's marked the strength grade.
8.8.
Yes, and the 8.8 is just this bolts grade. Yeah, for the carbon steel, the bolts are mainly steel grades like 4.8, 5.8, 6.8, and 8.8, just like this one. And also we have 10.9 and 12.9. And for the NARS, we correspond is grade 4, 6, and 8, and 10, and 12. Yeah. And it's different to distinguish from the high strings bolts, and then the common strings bolts is from this type, this bolt strings grade for the 8.8 level. And below the 8.8 level, we call it the ordinary or common bolts. Yeah. And then the bolts, the grade, higher with the 8.8, just like the 10.9, 12.9, we call it the high strength bolts. Yeah, the high strength bolts is different making process, and we will do the heat treated and oil water quenched.
Okay. And we can see we have some samples on the table, and
Mhm.
their surface color are different.
Yeah,
Is there any difference between the? Please show us.
the surface treatment is just to meet our customers' different requirements for the anti-corrosion situations. And then, for example, like this type. Yeah, this type is compared with that type is different. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, this type is we call it plain surface treatment.
Okay.
Yeah, plain surface is means we didn't do. We are no any other treatment on the surface. Just is a plain surface.
Oil.
Maybe to anti-rust we will oil on the surface, but no any others. And for this type, this is very popular and for the common steel for the balls. Yeah, you can see this is we call it zinc plated, and the color is white. We call it white zinc plated. And also how this type is compared with this is different color. Yeah, this is a yellow color. We call it yellow zinc plated,
Okay.
and also maybe this type, and we compare together, we can see this is two types both zinc plated, but color also is different, and this one is white, and this one has some little blue, so we call it blue white zinc plated, and this one is white zinc plated, and this both very popular for our customer the inquiry.
Okay.
And also we have very different type of this type. Yeah, this is a black surface, and we call it blackened oxidation, and it's different with the zinc plated type. Yeah, but this one is also very popular in the inquiry for our different market. Yeah. Finish and others.
Okay. Then let's move to the next products about the washer.
Okay.
As we said before, the washer have two different types.
Yeah.
What's the difference between them?
Oh, now let's show this one. Because here, this one is the washer. We call it plain washer, and also we call it. You can take it. And this one we call it the flat washer or plain washer. Yeah, different calling, and it's very popular for this type. And we can have this type is a spring lock washer. And for difference is that we can see the plain washer is just a plain surface. We can see no cartonite, and on the for the spring lock washer, and this is have a cartonite. It's different useful. And of this type we also call it a pressure washer.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's introduce the useful application for the flat washer. And this is a flat washer. It's just between the bolts and the nuts. We can see here.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is for here.
Yeah. It also will use between the bolts and the nuts, which increasing the surface area of connected parts. It also can protecting the surface area will being damaged. Yeah, it's very just like protecting, and also for different type of this type. This type is a pressure washer, and it can prevent that from loosen, and we will have. It also will use in just like between the bolts and the pressure washer, also spring lock washer and the flat washer, and also the nuts. They can together to use and assemble together, and it can different useful for this. It can prevent the nuts from loosen.
Okay, different types for different useful.
Yes.
Okay, let's move to next question. What's the common packing of the fastener products?
Yeah, generally for the packing, will also from our customers' requirement. But like this one, usually it can be here. For our Hubei Sandal style, we have our own label cartons. And then like this one, this is ARA cartons for the small box.
Okay.
Yeah, also have this type is for the home center customers. It's like this plastic box. Yeah. It's easy for the retailer and for the customer. And for this type, for the bolts and fasteners, and the very common package is just like the cartons and with pallet. Just carton that like the 25 kilogram or 20 kilograms, and the inner is just like this small box, and also like the plastic box, and the inner it is the 6 boxes, 1 carton, or the 8 boxes in 1 carton. Yeah, it's from the different sizes. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's no problem for Hubei Sandal style. We can do the packing from our customers' requirements.
Okay. And then Taxi, thanks for giving us the introduction.
Yeah.
Okay, our product introduction is finished. Let's move to the next part. It's of most interest to our customers, the flash sale activity. Taxi, what's the flash sale activities in our live streaming today?
Okay, today in our live streaming, our customer can get 3% discount for totally size. Of course, for our both snacks and washer. If you have inquiries on the both snacks and washer, please leave your message and our customer service will contact you soon.
Okay, that's a 3% discount for all fastener products.
Yes, please take this chance to contact our customer service and in our live streaming time.
Okay, if you want to order, please contact the customer service. We will answer immediately.
Yes, please take this chance.
Okay, until now, our live streaming will finish.
Yeah, thanks for watching our live streaming.
Thanks for your support, and now we can see many customers are contacting us.
Yeah, if you have any other questions, please initiate one-to-one meeting. We are waiting for you.
Welcome to Zhanghebei Sandal live streaming at 10 a.m. 21 o'clock tomorrow. Tomorrow we also have many flash sale activities for both snacks and washer. You can scan our WeChat QR code. We'll answer any question for immediately.
Friends who not caught our live streaming, please go back and watch our replay.
Okay, thanks for everyone. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.